I watched today some of the back and forth between the ignorant son of a bitch and the president of France. And it was astonishing, the depth of this man's ignorance, Trump. So when you combine the ignorance of this gangster and his absolute determination to never relinquish the presidency until he dies in office, which is what he's got planned, and the fact that he has the backing of, at this point, probably 35 or 40 million people. When you put that all together, we've never been in a situation like this, ever. We've been in situations that were momentous and carried with them the possibility of nuclear war. But we've never been in a position where the threat from the President of the United States and his gangsters and his stormtroopers and the brain-dead zombie-like followers of his out here, who no matter what the fuck he does, will hold their Bibles high and say Jesus and God wanted this prick fuck to show up to run the country. We've never been in this situation before, and that's what makes it so dangerous. But that is also a clear indication that the Republic is over. The Union is over. It may carry on in a wobbly form for a while, but can you, no, seriously, I'm not trying to come on here with a bunch of hyperbole or a bunch of fantastic horse shit. You get that on the Fox Sewer. If you want that, tune into Lou Dobbs. What an asshole. Or tune into Sean Hannity. What an asshole. No, what I'm saying is not fantastical, rhetorical crapola. It's the truth. Can you imagine this country trying to heal at this point? And you know what the big difference is this time? One of the big differences in the past 30 years, I don't mean going back to the bonus marchers in the 30s, but just in the past 40 years. What is different this time is the object of the rage that is breaking the country apart is not Jews, people of color, homosexuals. No. The break this time is white against white. White people against white people. And the only other time I can think where the rage and the hate was this strong, and I have to rely on historians for this, was the run-up to and immediately after the Civil War. These are white people hating on white people. To be honest, I don't think I'm capable of, for example, being invited to sit down and talk to one of those MAGA hat-wearing assholes and try to find common ground. I couldn't do it. I would be inclined to pick up the nearest rock and smash the fucker's face for what he or she, I don't give a shit if it's a man or a woman, what he or she has done and is doing by continuing to support this Nazi son of a bitch in the White House. Now, that's an admission on my part that I am beyond, it feels like I am beyond the ability to find common ground or to reconcile with these MAGA hat-wearing maggots. I couldn't do it. Could you? Could you walk into one of those rallies that the Nazi Trump loves to lead And if you knew that you were not going to be beaten up or killed, if you knew that, but could you walk in there and pick out one or two of those mouth-breathing fuckers, men or women, and actually have a conversation with that person? Could you? If you could, good for you. You're a much higher evolved human being than I am or ever will be. I couldn't do it. Consequently, that's the film through which I see this country, this culture, this society. To me, we are irretrievably broken. We can paste over the cracks until the next demagogue, Nazi fucking gangster shows up. But I don't think things will ever be the same thanks to Trump. Now, again, I've said many times, this is not all Trump's doing. I know he'd like to take credit for all of this destruction and chaos. But it's not. He like I've said, he was just a big pus-filled white pimple that developed on the body politic, and somebody stuck it, and now we're covered in pus and filth and disease and germs and viruses. This shit's been building up for about the past 40 years. You know it as well as I do. So here we are, maybe 50 years. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.